Are you learning voice AI development but feel like you can't write good prompts? Or maybe you're more experienced and you think your prompts are a little inconsistent and just expensive to run at scale. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to engineer prompts that are accurate, fast, and production ready so that you can build scalable AI systems with confidence. My name is Quincy. I'm the founder of Good Looking AI, and we build voice AI solutions for businesses to help them save time and automate tedious tasks. If you're using Vapi to build voice AI assistants, these best practices will help you save time, money, and frustration. Let's dive into it. Prompt engineering best practices. But first, let's clarify something important. So there's conversational and then there's single shot prompting. Conversational prompting is when you can chat back and forth with an LLM, such as how you would interact with ChatGPT. Now, single shot prompting is when it's just a single prompt that's instructing the LLM on how to implement a task. Now, if you're building voice assistants, AI automations, or workflows, then you need single shot prompts, and these prompts must work every single time without any redo over. And this is where real prompt engineering comes in. So the question is, what is the anatomy of great prompt? Well, here I have 6 core components or sections, if you have it, that can make your prompt efficient and solid. So the first section or core component is identity. So identity defines who the assistant is and their persona. An example could be something like, you are a warm professional real estate voice assistant with expertise in qualifying buyers and sellers, answering property inquiries, and booking appointments for agents. You have a friendly, approachable tone for remaining efficient and detail-oriented. So the identity or role prompting is where the AI is assigned a clear persona to embody during the interaction. And this ultimately helps the model behave in a consistent way that aligns with business brand and also improves overall trust with the callers, right? So in this example, the identity being a real estate voice assistant is established, and the key qualities are warm, professional, efficient, detail-oriented. All of these highlight to emphasize the model's strengths in this role. Now, the next core component is going to be task. So the task defines the primary job of the assistant. An example can be, your task is to handle inbound real estate calls. Follow this process every time. Greet the caller warmly, identify if they're a buyer or seller, gather key details, and so forth. Here, in this task section, we define the core responsibilities of the voice assistant. For real estate, this often means answering inquiries, qualifying leads, booking appointments, and adding step-by-step process such as chain of thought prompting helps the model stay structured and consistent. Ultimately, always include a clear workflow for the assistant, especially for complex flows such as qualification, scheduling, or fallback logic. All of this benefit most from chain of thought style prompting. Now, the next section or core component that your prompt must have is going to be context. So this is the world the assistant operates in. This is where we define the call volume, business hours, handoff roles, and an example may be, you are supporting a busy real estate team handling over 100 queries per week. Each call you process directly impacts lead conversion and client satisfaction. By accurately capturing information and scheduling appointments, you contribute to the growth of the agency and success of its agents. So context sets the stage, the environment in which the AI is operating in, and it's why its role is important. So ultimately, this boosts consistency and ties the assistant's behavior to real business outcomes. And some side notes is context can include business size, call volume, goals of that specific assistant, such as lead generation, or if it's client retention. Overall, remind the model on why accuracy and tone matters for the company's reputation. Now, the next core component is going to be rules of engagement. So this is where we set the conversational boundaries and tone and also formatting roles. So examples may include speak in a warm, professional, and concise manner, never guess or invent property details, only use provided data, always confirm dates, times, and names, limit responses to 1 to 2 sentences unless elaboration is needed, never give legal, financial, or mortgage advice, escalate to a human agent if asked. So here we define the tone, the boundaries, and constraints for how the assistant should interact with the callers. And again, this just ensures the consistency and professionalism of the AI assistant. And some takeaways are rules of engagement equal the guardrails that keep the assistant aligned with the brand's tone and compliance. Now, the next section is going to be examples. So this is where we provide sample dialogues or call flows that show the AI assistant what are good calls, right? And providing input and output examples shows the assistant how to respond correctly in real conversations. And this is called few-shot prompting, which is actually proven to increase the performance and accuracy of the assistant. And some key takeaways are well-crafted examples train the assistant on tone, structure, and flow, not just for accuracy. And the last section that your assistant needs is going to be business knowledge and rules, right? So this is going to be the important business knowledge and rules that the assistant must abide to. Some examples include hours of operation, some booking logic, to only share pricing and property info available in the knowledge base, and also for compliance, never provide financial or legal advice. So the assistant must operate within real-world policies, and this section defines the hard rules it cannot break. And the takeaway is business knowledge equals reliability. Without it, the assistant risks hallucinations or saying things that are not aligned with the business brand. Now, all of these sections that we are applying in this prompt are all techniques that are backed by research, and these techniques are role prompting, chain of thought prompting, emotion prompting, and also few-shot prompting. Now, for role prompting, assigning the model a specific role and descriptive qualities, defining who the assistant is and how they should act, improves your assistant's performance by 15 to 25%. So the takeaways is always define the assistant's role and qualities up front. Are they a front desk assistant? Are they an appointment scheduler? And also use adjectives that align with the brand's tone, such as are they friendly, professional, and approachable? Treat identity as the foundation as it sets the stage for every downstream instruction. Next is chain of thought prompting. So this is instructing the model to think step by step or providing a workflow process to follow. So an example is, follow this process every call, greet the caller warmly, identify if they're a buyer or seller, and so forth. So the assistant's job is broken into steps through chain of thought prompting, and ultimately this can improve your assistant's ability to implement complex tasks by 90%. And then we also have emotion prompting. So adding emotion stimuli, phrases that highlight importance, care, urgency, or value in the rules of engagement section will nudge your model into more thorough and deliberate reasoning, right? And some prompt component examples is, it is very important that you treat every caller with warmth and empathy because each conversation directly impacts the trust and reputation of the agency. We greatly value your careful attention to detail in handling these calls. Emotion prompting can improve your assistant's performance by 8% for simple tasks and up to 115% for complex tasks. And then we also have few-shot prompting. So providing input and output examples inside the prompt to teach by demonstration, this method of few-shot prompting can actually boost your assistant's accuracy by up to 14%. And another thing I want to cover is the loss in the middle fix. So information placed in the middle of a long prompt is often ignored, and accuracy is highest when critical information is at the start or the end. So placing these key informations at the beginning or the end reinforces them and avoiding the loss in the middle problem. So why do prompts fail and how do we fix them? So it's important to know that even strong prompts can break, and here are some common prompt issues. The first one being is hallucinations, where the model makes up information. Now the fix for that could be to include in your prompt, only include information found in the input. Another common problem is inconsistent formatting. So the fix for that is to prompt your assistant to always give explicit format instructions, plus few shot examples. And then also cutoff responses are some common issues. The fix is increase the max tokens or simplifying the instructions. And the key takeaway is always test prompts against edge cases, not just best case scenarios. Now, token efficiency and latency strategy. So your prompt doesn't need to be smart. It just needs to be optimized, fast, and cheap. So some key tips is use lightweight models like 4.0 Mini for simpler assistants and GPT 4.1 for assistants that require more complex tasks such as tool or function calling. Also aim to keep your prompts tight because input and output tokens both cost you money. Another thing is set temperature to 0 for deterministic and repeatable responses, especially in voice agents. Another tip is to keep your prompt short. Short prompts equals faster latency in voice calls, which improves user experience. Lastly, use tools like Langsmith or Langfuse to improve your prompts. The last thing I want to cover, prompt modularity equals scale. If you're building multiple assistants, don't start from scratch every single time. Think like a developer and make prompts modular. Define reusable blocks for components such as identity, task, context, rules of engagement, examples, and also business knowledge and rules. This will allow you to scale across different use cases, inbound support, outbound calling, payment reminders without rebuilding everything every single time. Great prompt engineering is the difference between a cool demo and a real product. If you're serious about building scalable AI systems, then these are your very foundations. Test relentlessly, optimize for speed, and think like a developer. If you want a head start, I put together a Vapi Prompt Pack. It's a collection of 10 production-grade system prompts that you can plug into your AI workflows today. They're built for real businesses, inbound receptionists, lead qualifiers, appointment setters, and more. You can get it in the description below. If you found this useful, drop a like and hit subscribe. I release videos weekly on Voice AI solutions. Again, my name is Quincy, and I will see you next time. Peace.